In June 2014, during their first offensive, ISIS took control of the city of Tikrit and eventually the local air academy. Over the next few hours, 1,700 cadets will be brutally murdered and thrown into the Tigris as part of a series of mass shooting executions. This will go on to be the second deadliest terrorist attack in history, surpassed only by the September 11th attacks. Alright guys, we actually need approval for this place, so we're hoping we can get, depending how nicely we ask, we're hoping the local militia, I'm not sure if it's the militia or government or whoever sets the rules, can allow us access into this place, because this place has a lot of history, and I can tell already it's very, very eerie. Very eerie.
So in 2014, when ISIS started from Mosul, they entered to Mosul. After that, they came here. There's a military base outside Tikrit. It's called Speicher military base. It's since like the American. They went to those people and they told them, now you can see ISIS came here, so the better idea to go to your home. So leave your weapons here and come with us, follow us walking.
This was ISIS was saying this, so they're almost...
There are some people here from like, this is the stories that there's a lot of people that survived told me this story. So they told them, come to follow us, leave your all your weapons here and follow us, walking. So, you know, 3,000 people, they can just, they are maybe
of
just
course.
100.
Yeah,
they can
of course.
kill them and they can go.
So as far as these, sorry, we're just looking, this is some of the vehicles that were brought in. As far as these guys were concerned, maybe not at this point, but they felt they were going home.
Yeah, right. So they bring them in the middle, like when they came closer, ISIS was here, because there are some people from this city, they are, they cooperate with ISIS. And if you can see, collect them in these trucks and bring them here, and you can see it's like they kill them in different ways.
And there was over, although there might have been maybe 3,000 or 3,500 cadets at the time, there was, I think there was 1,700. No, how many killed?
1,700 that they know that killed. Maybe they found their.
That was the biggest terrorist attack, second ever biggest terrorist attack since the 9/11.
And no one
obviously.
talk about that.
No, nobody. No, exactly. People don't, and I believe it's right. People don't shut up about 9/11, which I agree with, because you have to.
See how they found them.
You have to remember the past. Yes.
All of them innocent people.
And also ISIS as well, as part of their propaganda, they recorded everything. You'll see in a minute, but a lot of the bodies who were, remember this point, who were shot and thrown into the river, a lot of the bodies actually were not recovered. The majority. So this is
some people, they don't know anything about their relative, they just recognize them in the videos.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. You'd imagine this being a parent of possibly somebody who died and you didn't get to see the body. The only way you know that your son had died was seeing the videos that ISIS took, being led down to the river and shot.
You have two of her kids.
This is just kids, actually kids. And here, these are some of the many mass graves. There are many mass graves as well about here, so they would have been, because I don't think, not everyone was killed at the river. Was people thrown in mass graves and shot?
For example, those they write missing.
Okay.
Missing in Speicher. Missing.
And this is what it says, missing in Speicher?
Yeah. And they write, and they mentioned the date, the 6th of October 2014.
So this is the way they were led. You know, so 1,000, 1,200, 15, I'm not sure how many actually were killed in this, in the presidential palace, but this was the way they were led. And this is obviously a little shrine. Wow. This is what, sorry?
From my city.
From your city?
Okay. How they recognize them from this video that...
This is how the family recognized that their son had died?
Yeah, from the video of ISIS.
The family come down because they've effectively not got a grave to go to, so this is there they come down to remember.
How they bring them? Oh, it's like full off.
It looks like a...
Yeah, they feel safe. And after that they like gather them in a place. After that they took them one by one here in the complex. This is one of the survivors he's talking about.
Yeah, because some did get away. I'll put some of the clips over the top of this, and as you'll see the fear in these boys and these kids' eyes as they know, as they see other recruits, other friends who are being shot before them, all in this sort of tiny area. This is where they'd be led down one by one, shot and thrown in. No questions asked. But yes, because the family have no grave, effectively have nowhere to go to grieve. This is where they come. They leave their pictures and photos of their sons, their brothers, their husbands, and yes, it's such a shame. On the 12th of June 2014, in this place, a group of Saddam Hussein Ba'ath regime loyalists, together with militants from the terrorist group ISIS, committed the most savage atrocity by killing 1,700 unarmed students from the Speicher Air Force Military Academy. There were just under 2,000 people, I think, who died as part of the 9/11 attacks. So that gives you an idea of the numbers here. It's incredible. It was witnessed and in full awareness of tribal leaders and officials of the city of Tikrit. On this scene, the youngsters were executed in cold blood and extreme barbarism. Their bodies thrown into the river Tigris, colouring its blanks with the martyrs' blood. Many more were buried in mass graves in surrounding areas of the former presidential palaces of Tikrit. This atrocity shook the minds and hearts of Iraqi people and human conscience, yet it didn't receive much attention from the Arab and international community and public opinion. So hereby, we call on the Iraqi government to award families of the martyrs financially and emotionally. We ask the authorities to perpetuate this atrocities memorial, to reveal the truth, details and perpetrators of the crime and bring them forward to face justice. And finally, we call on the United Nations to recognise this massacre as a genocide based on sectarian grounds. How you actually need to ask for that and not give it, I just don't understand. So to the river and have a look. But this is, even the walk down here it's very eerie. You know, to think that 1,700, maybe a bit less, because obviously there are a lot that were taken to the various mass graves and just shot in the graves themselves. And this is the spot where they've sort of sprayed it with red paint. Imagine that, you know, not knowing if your son or brother or husband survived the attack, and that's the way you have to find out. In fact, most people didn't see. And most people have to assume that they're dead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
What were the age of some of these cadets?
Sorry?
How old were they? What age were they, these cadets, generally? 17, 18?
Depending.
Some younger, some older?
Yeah, because you can see some of them, they are old.
Yeah.
Because they are mixed, not just only the student.
Ah, okay,
all the
okay.
people working in the camp. For example, this man, he's working more than, he's 40 years old. Some of them, they are 18, 17.
So here we are, the historical river Tigris, which was effectively a bloodbath. And here, just at the bottom, you can see the original gates and railings. It would have been here. And obviously now home to, I would say, over 1,000 dead bodies. So I think as well, it's safe to say that the US military would have to have some sort of accountability in what happened here. You know, invading the country in the first place, turning it upside down, and then creating a power vacuum which attracted the many different extremists, including ISIS. Whenever Saddam was in power, Saddam did not tolerate extremists, as he needed and demanded ultimate control. The area where 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 cadets would have made down to the river. Oh my God. Now have a look at some of these photos again. Obviously these are the one in many mass graves. I think this is when maybe one of the graves was uncovered. Wow, what a place.